on the budget. Now, the much anticipated budget will commence tomorrow, and day after tomorrow will be the day when the finance minister will reveal the first budget of the Modi 3.0 government. Suspense over the tax slabs persists, but even then, key focus remains on the defense sector and the rising exports. Attention is also on the burgeoning sectors such as AI, the semiconductors, and the renewable sources of energy. Just last week, the IMF also raised its projection of growth in India's gross domestic product for 2024 to 2025 by 20 basis points to 7%. Ahead of the budget 2024 session, the forecast for growth in India has been revised upward, reaffirming India's position as a global economic bright spot. With this, we ask, what's the need to propel the Indian economy to achieve a 10% growth rate? Joining me at this point is our guest, Jaijit Bhattacharya, the renowned economist. Now, I appreciate you joining, sir, with us on this important budget story that we are tracking at this moment. Well, the growth projections have been made, and as you have also heard, that it's important, a day after tomorrow is going to be the big day for the Modi 3.0 government as well. What are your first thoughts on it?
I think one of the things that the middle class has been looking forward to for a long time is reduction in the taxes for the middle class. And the expectation is that at least in this particular budget, there will be a reduction in the middle class budget. Also, as we move into this fiscal year, there is a comfort level in terms of significant fiscal headspace. Our tax collections have been very robust. They continue to grow. The economy is growing. So these are all good signs. Unfortunately, however, because of the geopolitics, there is tremendous pressure on defense expenditure, and that's going to weigh down on the budget. So under normal circumstances, we would have been able to invest that extra money into education, healthcare, and job growth, and so on and so forth. But given the circumstances, it will be difficult to liberally spend on the issues that we just mentioned, including infrastructure. Although infrastructure spend has been continuing to reach historic heights year after year, and that trend will continue into this budget. But clearly, we are at a stage where job seems to be an issue, and there is more investment needed in that sector. Also, as you just mentioned, we need to have energy security, and most of our energy is still coming from coal. And when COVID happened, we were at a situation where we were not able to import ammonium nitrate, which is critical to have coal mining. So let's not forget about the regular sources of energy, and therefore we need to protect and have Atmanirbharta in the complete supply chain of energy in this country, which means that we need to make sure there is significant increase in capacity for ammonium nitrate, which simply means that we need to ensure there is increase of the basic custom duty on ammonium nitrate when it's getting imported, so that domestic capacities grow. Similarly, there are many other such industries which needs to have trade remedies in place very, very quickly, because as the economy is growing, there is a lot of investments that is coming in domestically into these sectors, especially the chemical industry, but they're getting threatened because of dumping happening from both our neighboring countries and from the rest of the world. Also, there are free trade agreements that have been put into place since 2009, 2010, and they are creating havoc in this country. They are preventing new industries from being set up. They are preventing Atmanirbharta. And I hope this budget somehow addresses those issues. One of the issues that has been taken up very vigorously by this government is the inverted duty structure, wherein it is cheaper to actually import goods, the finished goods, with much lower structure, tax duty, than getting the components of that product. So it is cheaper to just simply import because it's lower taxes than produce something locally. And industry after industry is facing that. For example, molybdenum oxide, which is very important for our ferroalloys, or for our space industry, for our defense industry. There is a input tax on it that is applied, whereas you can import, or Korea can simply sell the final ferromolybdenum at zero duty into India, and those issues needs to be fixed very, very quickly. You also mentioned about artificial intelligence. In fact, I would say entire technological sovereignty needs to be focused on very, very sharply. We just saw recently what happened because of the Microsoft outage. We need to make sure that there is more of the center of gravity of technology moving to India.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.